Hey everyone, welcome to your bonus Planet Parade Tarot reading beginning January 21st, 2025 through February 21st, 2025. Stargazers will be in for a real treat as Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Venus, and Saturn will align in a stunning parade. Regardless of where you are in the world, you will be able to see the majority of these planets. However, to see the full scope of them, you will need high-powered binoculars or a telescope. I've already seen them. I use an app on my phone. It's free, it's easy, regardless of the type of mobile phone you have. You can simply point it to the sky and it'll tell you exactly what it is. So be sure to look for that app within your phone. I think the one I'm using is Skyview, but there are a number of them out there and most of them are free, but truly a site for all of us. I've set no intentions of this reading except that it is for you and that it should align with either your sun, moon, or rising placement. So if you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box below and in the pinned comment will be a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that and just come back to the channel and watch the video or videos that you choose to watch. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading, not individualized or personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that don't fully resonate. And if that happens, please don't get upset. It just means that that one particular message is intended for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. I want to apologize for getting the next half of these readings released. I've had a lot of issues here. As most of you know, I live in a very old 1860 Victorian home. I've only been renovating it for the past couple of years since I moved in here after my separation, my divorce. It's a challenging home. It's a beautiful home, but it's a challenging one. And with the deep below zero temperatures I've had to contend with frozen water lines, busted water lines, repair, maintenance. It's been a struggle this week without water. And then, as we're fixing one leak, another leak is discovered and it's been chaotic. As of today, I still don't have hot water, but we're slowly making our way to repairing everything. By the grace of God, I've had some people have allowed me to shower in their homes, so I'm fresh. I love being back at my table. The house is warm. The repairs are slowly being made, and so I want to thank all of you for your very kind words and prayers at this time. Without further ado, let's just get to your reading. Hello, Sagittarius. During this planet parade, you'll feel a shift within yourself to focus a little bit more on your emotions, particularly your personal life. This will be a 30-day period for you to reflect on your past, your feelings about the past, your feelings about your current situations, and even maybe focusing more on your home life during this time. So let's see what the Oracle cards have for you, and then we'll delve more into tarot. So your first card out, my dear, is Sky Dancer, Surrender. This is card number 48. So maybe the numbers 4, 8, or 48, possibly even 84 are relevant to you. You then have Push Through Any Insecurity, First Quarter Moon, and Cancer. And then we also have, your last card is Seek Healing with the Healing Moon. Yeah, so definitely a focus here on your emotions during this 30-day period. Again, or almost like reflecting or reviewing past relationships, your current relationships, possibly pushing through any insecurities you have, whether it's in your professional, personal, or romantic life, surrendering to some things that situation ended or played out the way it did in the past because that's how it was meant to play out, or this current situation in my professional, personal, or romantic life is playing out the way it's divinely meant to play out, and kind of surrendering to that. And some of you will be seeking healing during the next 30-day period. Again, whether that's regarding some past wounds or some current ones that you may have to contend with. So let's see what tarot has. Tell me more about this surrendering and pushing through the insecurity, as well as seek healing for the Sagittarius collective. Let's begin with surrender. Tell me more about surrender for Sag. Bottom of the deck, my dear, we have the Queen of Cups. So again, more emotion, right? That's also the most intuitive queen in tarot as well. So tell me more about surrender. What does Sagittarius need to know about surrender for Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising? One more shuffle. Thank you. First card out, we have the Six of Wands, the Emperor, the Chariot, and the King of Cups. Wow, really love that for you. Push through any insecurity. What does Sag need to know? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Two of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Lovers, and the Fool card. Tell me more about Seek Healing here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do they need to know about Seek Healing? One more shuffle. Thank you. Seek Healing is clarified by the Empress. Wow, Emperor to the Empress, to the Tower, to the Page of Wands, to the Eight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, that leaves the Strength card, to the Knight of Pentacles, to Temperance, which is your power card there. Remember what I said about like surrendering to things, maybe like in divine timing. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune here, followed by the High Priestess, and again, the Queen of Cups. So the most intuitive card in tarot, and also the most intuitive queen in tarot as well. I feel like there's victory here for you in the course of the next 30-day period if you're able to tap into your energy of not just the Temperance card, but your energy in general, Sagittarius, to see the bigger picture. And that's what the Emperor would do. So you, I want to say, feeling comfortable enough to look at your life and being honest about it, right? I am the Emperor or Empress of my life. This is my domain. There are things within my control, and there are things outside of my control. I'm going to focus on the things I can control and not focus so much on the things I can't control. So this would be, and again, it's not for every Sagittarius or every Sagittarius placement, but I've tapped into a group of you where maybe progress in a particular area of your life, whether it's your professional, personal, or romantic life, has been maybe stalled or not moving as quick as you want, because it's possible that some of you have been focused too much on things you can't change, like wanting to salvage a connection that is unsalvageable, staying at a place of employment that you really should have moved on from by now, but for whatever reason you're clinging to it. Whatever it is for you, it's like victory is found when you look at whatever this is from the seat of the Emperor and saying, I'm only going to focus, pour my energy, King of Cups, pour my love into what I can control. And the things I can't control, I'm surrendering, kind of let God, right? Let God handle it type of thing. Let the divine handle it. That's where you're able to make forward progress and forward movement in your life. That's where the victory lies. Focusing more on the things that you can control and not focusing so much on the things that you can't control. In that respect, I do feel that for some of you, there is a need here for you to move on from a situation. Now, for some of you, the situation, and again, it could be situation, environment, or connection, platonic or romantic. Take it how it resonates to you. I read for many of you, but I kind of feel like I have two groups of Sagittarians. Some of you are unable to move on from a past situation, meaning it's already ended. So you no longer work there, or you no longer live there, or you no longer deal with that person, or the relationship has ended, platonic or romantic. But emotionally, you've been unable to move forward. I can't get over what that person did or said, or what they didn't do, or what they didn't say. And again, it's that feeling of surrender of, I just can't focus on that anymore. It's done and over with. Because I feel like some of you have been sitting here in this Two of Wands energy, unable to move forward in your life because part of you is still focused on the past. Again, something that went wrong or didn't go according to plan or didn't play out the way that you hoped that it would. And so there's a need here for you to push through any insecurities you have when it comes to leaving the past in the past. That's once you make the choice to do that, then you're able to move forward, Six of Swords, into this new beginning. Finding the new job, finding a new place to live, finding better friends, finding a new love connection. It's almost like having to release yourself energetically or maybe even emotionally from a situation, environment, or connection that didn't play out the way, again, the way you thought it would or the way you hoped it would. And then I have a second group of Sagittarians where you're currently dealing with a situation, environment, or connection that you really need to move on from. but you've been reluctant to move on from it. There's some kind of insecurity here of, well, I can't find a better job, or I don't feel good enough, or I can't find a new place to live. I'm not qualified for a loan, or I know that the person that I have in my life, this friend, this family member, this lover is no good for me, but I don't think I can get better, or I don't think I deserve better. So it's almost like whether you're in category 1 or category 2, the block is removed. Once you can push through the insecurity, make that choice to do that, that's what enables you to have this new chapter, this new beginning in your life. The victory comes not from staying in a situation, environment, or connection that's clearly failing. That's not where your victory rests. Your victory rests in surrendering and saying, okay, this didn't work out, or it's not working out, and now it's time for me to make the active choice to move on from it because I know that I deserve better. So whatever it is that you have moved on from in the past, or again, for some of you, you're currently moving on from, there is a need here for you when you're rebirthing your life without the situation, environment, or connection. There is a need here for you to seek out some healing. Page of Wands, discover. So it could be therapy, could be counseling, could be, this could be finances for some of you. I don't know. Maybe you're staying at a place of employment, or you own your own business, and maybe it's failing miserably. Maybe the job is just not working out. You're afraid to maybe find another job, or maybe you're afraid to revitalize the business. You might have some really great ideas, right? You are a big picture thinker, but because of insecurities, you might be afraid to implement them. So maybe in that respect, the healing you need is more of like a business coach or a financial advisor, something like that. But whatever it is that either has left your life or is currently leaving your life, there's a need here for you to seek healing from it. Now, I feel for some of you, that group of you where you're still clinging on to the thing, I feel like it's about to be kind of ripped out of your hands, meaning the friend ends the connection before you leave it, or the family member ends the connection before you leave it. The lover leaves the connection before you leave it. The job lets you go before you're able to replace it. There's something like that where it's almost like this 30-day window of this planet parade, looking at this situation, environment, or connection. Being able to push through your insecurities and move on from it could prevent the tower. But if you don't move on from it, I feel the tower happens to kind of force you to move on from it. Page of Wands is the minor arcana card to the Fool card. So it's like, this is within your domain. This is within your control. Seeing this clearly, saying there is no victory here. My victory is rest outside of this connection, and therefore, or whatever it is, again, situation, environment, or connection, and then I'm going to move on from it, bravo to you. But if you're in the group of Sagittarians where you're not willing to do that, I feel like the tower happens that forces you to move forward from it. Tell me more about the tower here. And again, Sag, if it is in your reading, it's just not your reading, right? Don't claim it. You can just check another placement out. But this is specifically for a group of Sagittarians where emotionally or energetically, you're still linked to something from the past that's preventing you from expanding your life. And for others of you, you're currently clinging on to this. And you kind of have a 30-day window here of grace to see it for what it is and move on, make the active choice to move on from it. Because if you don't, again, I feel like the tower moment happens to force you to move on from it. Page of Wands to the Eight of Wands. Tell me more about the tower here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do they need to know about the tower? One more shuffle. Thank you. I feel like this empowers you. Doing this will empower you. Doing this will make you feel more like a victim, like, oh, it's happening to me. Towers don't actually happen to us. They happen for us. Only when we fail to do what we should have done for us in the first place. But some of you might feel a little victimized by whomever or whatever this is, or maybe even victimized by God or the universe or spirit. I can't believe you took this away from me.
but you had the opportunity to see it for what it is and to move on from it. It's almost like the Tower is mercy to force you to move on from it and heal from it simultaneously. Tell me more about the Tower here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do they need to know about the Tower? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Tower is being clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, I have Two of Cups to Ten of Swords to Five of Swords. I'm going to throw this out there for one person watching. You're staying in a connection with a romantic partner that you feel is a soulmate, soul bond connection to you. And they may very well be, but that contract has expired. You feel that you're going to do your damnedest to stay in it because you want victory in it. But you have a 30-day period to see this connection for what it truly is. This person has moved on with someone else. Whether you know that or not, and some of you already do, but you're still clinging on to it, I feel like if you don't make the active choice to move away from it, this Tower is you finding out that there is someone else. And that the connection your person has with that someone else is not frivolous. This is, your person is actively moving on with this other person. This Queen of Wands, whoever he or she may be. And I feel like you get tangible proof of this or communication of this in this Page of Pentacles. I think the Tower moment is something you've been trying to hold back the Tower from happening. You kind of had an idea of this, but you haven't wanted to move on from it. This is a 30-day window for you to just surrender, say it is what it is, push through any insecurities and move on from this connection. If not, the Tower happens. There's some tangible proof here that you find out that your person is, in fact, very well on their way to moving on with someone else. I think you feel very betrayed by this soulmate, soul bond connection. If this isn't romantic and you want to think about this as a career and finance read, you can, although I have very little pentacle energy on the table. But if you want to look at it financially, this would be the job that you staying in it for the title or the money or the bonus, but meanwhile you hate it and they mistreat you, but you have insecurities, you don't feel that you can find better, or something like that. It's like you have a 30-day window to find another job and move on from this one. It's an active choice you can make, or within a 30-day period, you find out your job is letting you go, or you come across an employment listing where they're advertising for your position. You're like, holy crap, they're on the precipice of firing me. That would force you to find another job. Or you hear the rumor mill at work that they're actively looking to replace you, or maybe even to eliminate your position. That would then force you to actively look for another job and to leave this one. So there's something like that happening here, Sag. And again, whomever, whatever this is, I do feel that you will feel very betrayed by it. However, you kind of already know about this. That's what I feel. It's like you haven't been willing to surrender, maybe due to insecurities. And you think staying here is that there's victory in staying here, but there isn't. I kind of feel like time's up here. Again, if it's not your reading, just check another placement. Five of Swords. So we have the Two of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, for some of you, this is a pattern. So again, you're staying in a situation, environment, or connection. You think staying in it is victory. It's actually not. You're staying in it due to insecurities. It's a pattern. And if this is a love ship, you know this pattern where this person has someone else or has many other people. But you've been staying in it. There's something here egoic. There's something here egoic about staying in this connection, when you know you really should surrender and move on from it. So again, I don't know how this plays out for you in your life. It's a general reading. I just know you have a 30-day window to see it for what it is, to move away from being at the crossroads and to move on from it, whether it happened 5 months ago or it's happening here in the next 30 days. You know, I don't know what the span of time. Again, I kind of feel like I've tapped into two groups of Sagittarians. So if it's happened already, it's done and over with, there's a need here for you to energetically and emotionally move on from it. That's your victory. And if you're able to do that, then you do have a new soulmate on your path, or a new job on your path, or a new living situation on your path. Whatever it was that you lost in the past, the minute you can energetically and emotionally unhook from it, the new comes in very quickly out of the blue when you don't realize it. And I think it would be a financially healing job. It would be an emotionally healing connection, etc., etc. But for others of you where you're in that group 2 category and you've been clinging on to this for whatever egoic reasons, when you damn well know you should be moving on from it and you're not doing it, you have a 30-day window to do it. And if you don't, I do see the tower falling here. There's tangible news or information you receive about why the 4 Pentacles, why the job hasn't been moving forward, why the friend hasn't been contacting you, why the family member distanced themselves from you, why the love connection isn't really taking off the ground or moving as quick as you want, or why it's not coming back together again. There's something like that here of this third party person. And I think you feel very betrayed, but the truth is you've known about it. If that's a third party situation, you know about this person. It's just now you're really going to find out your person's moving forward with them. But that's what enables you to move forward from them. Strength to the Knight of Pentacles to Temperance. This is what you don't see coming, right? So this is near future. So right after the 30-day period, this is what you don't see. Having the strength, either by your own choice or by divine force, which I really feel is divine mercy to put you on path to better. But what you don't see here is the strength and courage and resiliency you will have to move on from this very solidly, very soundly, and in a very balanced way. Ace of Swords, and that's the truth. Ace of Swords to the 3 of Swords is 4 swords. That's healing, the 4 swords. So I do think you enter a period of healing, whether that's eventually in a new connection or a new job or, again, a new living situation, whatever that is for you. But again, I feel like you're being given this window, or maybe this reading is some type of sign for you. If you're a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is a period to move on from this, because what you don't see coming in that moon energy is that Tower card. Something happening as a divine act of mercy to force you to move on from it. Let's get you 3 cards of advice, and then we'll wrap up your reading. And look, if you're Sagittarius or Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising watching this and you're like, I don't really have anything like that in my life, it could be a pattern. It could be a way of thinking. You know, this could be a business that you want to launch and you're afraid to do that. You're like, well, there's victory in playing it small, or there's victory in not launching that business. And that very well could be because of insecurities. And if, in that respect, it's like, well, you have 30 days to like really get your head in the game and find your security, right? Obliterate the insecurities within you and launch the business. And if not, this Tower moment will happen that will force you to launch the business, some type of financial pinch you're in or something like that, that kind of pushes you to say, okay, now I have to move forward with opening the business, or if you're a current business owner, expanding the business or revitalizing it, modernizing it, upgrading it, something like that. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. This is destined to happen. Again, it's in an effort to move you forward in a good way, on a good path, in a more balanced path. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Sagittarius, then we'll wrap up your reading. Advice for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the 10 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Moon. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, to the Sun, to the Knight of Cups. And then we have that 6 of Cups energy. So in terms of advice, there's a need here for you to really go within, tap into your intuition to overcome. And I got a couple of messages here. Let me break them down one by one. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is the energy of an individual that knows what they know. They know what they deserve. They know what they believe. They're unshakable. They're immovable. It's non-negotiable. So there's a need here for you to like look within. If you're staying in the situation, environment, or connection for egoic reasons, but it's really not serving you at the end of the day. It's not a good match for you emotionally, physically, financially. It's almost required here for you to see your value and to see your worth, and to not continue to align yourself with people, places, and things that have different values than you, that at the end of the day, you might feel like if this is a love ship, this very well, I could be talking to a Sagittarius where you and your partner have grown very far apart. Their views on a romantic connection are very different than yours, or vice versa. But there's a need here for you to not compromise your worth or your value, to stay in whatever this is. That's where your victory and success truly is, Ten of Pentacles. That's where your abundance lies. The Knight of Pentacles carries with him the Ace of Pentacles, which is the opportunity for Ten of Pentacles. This is almost like you sacrificing. Remember what I said before? I said, well, if it's a career and financially, there's no pentacles. There's really no reward. In other words, in you staying in whatever this is, possibly for egoic reasons, there really is no tangible reward. It's like staying at a job that sucks for the title. Okay, sounds great. You've got a nameplate. But at the end of the day, it's depleting the hell out of you, and you're afraid to move forward from it because you don't think you can find better. There certainly is better out there for you. So you have a 30-day period here to move on from this. And also with that Moon card, to conquer your fears and insecurities, because that's what the Moon card is, right? In the Moon, things are in the dark. I can't take a step forward. I can't see the next step. This is telling you to believe in yourself and to take the next step. That's where true bounty and abundance lies. Hermit, the Sun, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, there's something here being illuminated to you. I have the Moon to the Sun. There's something here being illuminated that I feel you kind of have already known in the Hermit card. You've been keeping it to yourself, that you're staying in whatever this is for some type of, or holding on to it, holding on to the pet for like some type of egoic reasons. I hate to say that to you. Sag is my opposite sign. I'm a Gemini. But again, it's not every Sagittarius. I've just tapped into a small group of you here. But either way, I feel like if you don't move on from this, something will be illuminated to you. Again, the Knight of Cups is a messenger. So for some of you, it's heart-based. I'm sorry to tell you that, regarding someone from your past. Whether it's a past person, or it's someone currently in your life that has been in your life a long time, or you have some type of soulmate, soul bond connection with them, a friend, a family member, a lover. I kind of feel like there's something being revealed here to you about this person that will enable you, or situation, environment, or connection that will enable you to truly move on from it. That's what I have for you, Sag. I do think that this will be a huge month for most of you when it comes to that. Again, unhooking and releasing a past situation, environment, or connection, like energetically, leaving it behind so you can truly move forward in your life. And in that respect, I do see an abundance amount of blessings headed your way. And for others of you, you're currently in the thick of it. Again, staying in something you shouldn't be staying in, but it's almost like you have a 30-day window to leave it, and if not, you're sort of forced to leave it. But the divine is tired of seeing you sit here in this Ten of Swords energy when you really deserve to be in the Ten of Pentacle energy. That's what I have for you, my darling. Push through your insecurities and move forward. You definitely have bigger and better waiting for you, far better than anything you may be leaving behind. That's what I have for you, Sag. That is your Planet Parade bonus tarot reading. If you like this message, if it resonated with you, or maybe just found it to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Saggy, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.